Constants and operators. Now, in our previous class, we talked about number functions and how to manipulate numbers, how to convert strings to numbers, how to do some math functions. That we have the pi, the round, and others. So in this course, we are going to be talking about how to do with constants and operators. So we're moving to constants and operators. A constant, they are similar to variables, but the only difference is that once they are defined, they cannot be redefined or undefined. A constant is an identifier or name for a simple value. The value cannot be changed during the script. A constant name starts with a letter or underscore, no dollar sign before the constant name. Unlike variables, constants are automatically global across the entire script. To create a constant, use the define function. That is, to create a constant, we have define the name, the value, and the case insensitivity. So we have the parameters, the name, the value. The name specifies the name of the constant, the value specifies the value of the constant, and case insensitivity specify whether the constant name should be case sensitive or not. The default value is false for the case sensitivity. If we have a constant, creating a constant with case sensitive name, we have a constant defined as greeting, and we have the value of welcome to UDevop. If we want it to, by default it comes as false. So for this first example, we're not going to attach any case sensitivity. But for the second constant we are creating, we are attaching case sensitivity true. So if we make it true, it means whatever we are having as the name must be what we are also going to echo out. If we go to our text editor and try to see what this happens, we'll see what happens. Okay, now if we have it in our text editor like this, and we type a define greetings welcome to you DevOps, I will say for the first example, and we echo greeting out. If you go back to our browser and see, you see that we have welcome to you DevOps. But if you go back and let's comment this out, and let's uncomment this, and we have capital greeting, we have small. You see, it's already underlining it that something is wrong here. But let's go ahead to the browser and reload. We have an error which is showing that we are using a language, or we are calling a case sensitive word, and it cannot find the constant called greeting. So constants can also be created with an array. An array can contain a constant, or a constant can contain an array. So we have for this array, or for this constant, we have the constant of cars, and we have an array of different 3 cars: Toyota, Honda, and Nissan. If we echo out car 0, we are going to see what we are going to get. So if we have it like this, and we've written it in our text editor, note that this is how we write an array. This is an array of cars having the value of this array. I want to come and output out the array with an index of 1. I told you from the previous videos that for arrays, it's being counted with the power of the first number, or the first element or item in the array is called 0, while the second one is 1 and the third one is 2. Like that. You start counting from 0, the first element in an array. Having have it like this, we go back to the browser and see what we are going to get as an out. We have Nissan. Nissan is the correct value for cars in that index. So also we can use this, and wherever we call cars with this variable, it picks out Nissan and use every single time. We can also have constant and automatically global, and can be used across the entire script. We can have a function and still use the constant inside the function. We can have a function and still use the constant inside the function. Unlike the global scope and local scope that we discussed about earlier in the course, where we said only a scope or a variable that is declared locally within a function can be used. If it's declared globally, it can't be used within the function, except the global is attached to it. But for constants, they are not so. Once you define a constant, you can use it in or out of a function. Let me just show you what we're talking about. So now, if we come back to our text editor and we have it this way, we define our cars and we have a function, my car, which we are echoing this inside. Note that this is in the global variable, global scope and this is in the local scope. We are calling it in the local scope. But we want to show you that a constant is constant throughout the whole work, and it can function anywhere being called in the script. We have this my car, we save it, we head over to the browser and we refresh and see. We can see that it's now bringing the value of Toyota. Why is it Toyota? Because we are using an index of 2, which shows from 0, 1, and 2, Toyota. So that's how we use constants within a PHP script. We can use it in an array, can use it in a function. Now, heading to operators. Operators are used to perform operations on variables and values. PHP divides the operators into the following group. We have the arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison operators, increment or decrement operators, logical operators, strings operators, array operators, and conditional assignment operators. In the next video, we'll be talking further on dealing with each of the operators.